Hi everyone, my name is Chukwudi Paul Obite. So we are going to continue our R programming training. So today we are going to learn how to import and export files. So what if I have an Excel file, I have a SPSS file, Minitab file, startup file, how can I move them to R? Do I have to type everything? No, you don't have to type everything. So we have ways we can import files from other softwares into R. And also after doing all your analysis in R, we also have ways you can export your files from R to other softwares. So let's start with how to export files. Export files. So we think in our last class we were able to create a data set we called it price. So let's start with price. So we want to export the file named price. So this is what price is. So for us to export the data set price, we need a library. And the name of the library is open. So this is it, library. We need open XLSX. So this library contains packages that will help us to export files. So it means I don't have to write all the codes to export files. Someone has written it, and someone stored the package for it in a library called OpenXLSX. So so this is the code to call it up. But first, you have to install it in your system. I have it in my system. That's why I'm not installing it. If you want to install it, we have two ways to do that. So the first way, you go to install. You click install. Then you write the name of the package. So the name of the package is XL, the first one. Then you click install. The second way of installing it, you write, okay, I think this is enough. So let me show you the second way. So if you want to install it, you can use this function install.packages. Then you put it in quotes, the name of the package you want to install, open XLSX. So then you run. It's asking me because I already have it, so I don't want, so I can cancel it. So either you use this function to install it, or you use this install and you type open. So that's how to install it. After installing it, the next thing you have to do is to call it up. So you call it up using the library function, open XLX, then run. So it means I don't have to write the code for Arrow to export file. Arrow will make use of all the packages in the library, open XLSX. I have a data set price. I want to export it. So the function to use to export it is write.xl. So this is it. Are you seeing? This is open XLXS. It tells me that this function this is a packet write.xlxs is in the library open XLXS. Watch how to do it. If you want to learn how to use it, remember to use the help function. So you use question mark, write.x. So always use the help function. So this is the help function, how to use it. So the first thing is X. X means the data set you want to export. The data set I want to export is price, then comma. The next thing is file. What do you want to save it as? Or the file location where you want it to be saved. So let me just write only the name. I want it to be saved as my new document.xl. After writing the name, you put .xlxx. Then you run. Let me show you this file. Look at the name I saved it with, my new documents. Let me show you where it is. So this is it. This is it, my new document. Now, if you want to decide the exact place you want Arrow to save it. Now, let me tell you why Arrow saved it in this folder. So look at the folder Arrow saved it. Now, the reason why Arrow saved it is because that is my default location where Arrow should be saving my file. If you want to see your default directory, do get working directory and run. So this is my default working directory. So Arrow is saving all my files in this folder, new ANN with CV. If you want to, I can change my working directory if I want. So, and I can also tell Arrow where I want Arrow to save my file. So if I want Arrow to save my file, so let me use another folder. So I have a folder called Arrow Manual. So if I want Arrow to save my file in this Arrow Manual, I'll get properties to get the location. So this is the location. The path, I'll copy it. Then I'll paste it here. Let me see something. Then I'll paste it here. Or another way of doing it, I think this is faster. I can change my you can change your working directory where you want your files to be, your default working directory. So this is how to change your working directory. You can do set working directory, then you paste the file location, Arrow Manual. So that's the Arrow Manual. All this should be in quotes. Then it's not the backslash we use slash. I think I got the name. Sometimes which of them is it backslash or slash? So this is what we use. Can't remember. So this is it. So I'm setting the folder that Arrow should be saving all my files. If I want to check if what I did in line 266 was successful, I will do get working directory again. Correct. So it was successful. Let me write this code again. This is it. So if I go to my new folder, this is it. I see it, my new document. So anytime you want to save your file in any folder, first you get the part of that particular folder. So this is the part. But remember to add this Arrow Manual to the part. So you have to put a slash and continue writing Arrow Manual. Then put it in quotes. Put it in quotes like I did here. If you use this, it won't work. You must use this. So this is how to move your file from Arrow, to export your file from Arrow to Excel. So how do you import? Let's say I want to import a file. How do I import? Well, let me show you two ways of doing it. So the first way, we can go to File, Import Dataset. Then you choose the file extension that you are using. Is it Excel, XPSS, SAS, Stata? So if I want to import Excel file, I use from Excel. Then it will ask me to browse and select the file I want to import. So let's say I want to import this file, my new document. I will double click. You will see the code. So this is the code. This is the code for it. I can copy the code. So that's what I normally do. I copy the code. But if you don't want to copy the code, you just click, well, I always copy the code. You just click import and you'll see your data. So this is how to import files. But if you copy the code, it will be easier. you don't have to repeat the same step again. So you paste the code. So this is it. So anytime you run this, you will see the data here. That's how. So what I do, I normally copy the code so that I can always repeat the step. Anytime you run this function view, you are telling arrow up, show me the data set in a new file. Anytime you run it, arrow will show you the data set in a new file. I don't like it. I don't like using view because if I'm writing my code and arrow is always taking me from that page to another page, it doesn't go well with me. So what I normally do is I use head. So head means I want to see part of the data, not all. What's the name of the data set? The name of the data set is my new document. If I don't like this name, I can change it. So let me change it to my data. I will run. So add the name of the data. Remember, I used my data. You can use any name. Then you write the number of rows you want to see. Let's say I want to see just 5 rows. I can put 5. That is my data, comma 5. So arrow will show me the first 5 rows. Well, I like using head instead of view. View takes me to another page, which I don't like. If I'm writing too many codes and you're always taking me to another page, you are distracting me. So I use head so that I can see part of the data to ensure that I'm using the right data. So I can see part of the data in my third, in this environment. Okay, we call this in my second environment. I use head. So this is how. Then the second way so the first way is to install, is to go to this import Excel. Then the second way of doing it, first you have to call up the library. If you want to read Excel file, then you use the library read Excel. If you don't have this library read Excel, you have to install it. So you go to package, install, read Excel, you install it. I've shown you 2 ways of installing it. Then the next thing, you have to get the file location. So let me use another file. So let me use this. So I have data called 8. So I will go to the file location, properties. I will copy the file location. Remember, whenever you are copying the file location, always remember to put this name, 8, this name, always remember to put it. Add it to the last part. After copying the file location, this is what you do. You start with read underscore Excel. You put it in quote. You paste the file location you copied. Then remember to change this backslash to slash. I don't know if I'm getting the right name. Sometimes I get them mixed up. Then you end it with 8. Let me check. 8, correct. File doesn't exist. Let me check again. AIDS, new ANN. Read Excel, C, user desktop, research. Okay, I forgot to write the file extension. So you have to include the file extension .xlxx. So this is it. This is my data. I can assign a variable name to it, so I can call it my underscore data 1. Whenever I need to see my data, I can use, if I want to see part of it, I can use add my data 1, show me just 3 rows. That's it. Okay. That's all for today. So I've taught you how to import and export your files. we worked with Excel. Today, you can use other file extension. So if you go to this, you will see SPSS, you will see SAS, you will see Stata. So you can also apply this technique to XPSS, SAS, and Stata. If you have any question, do well to send it to my email. If you are on my WhatsApp group, ask it on my WhatsApp group. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share this video. Thank you.